I'm Salon Blackie with CEO and Her. I have Lorell Lane with us today, and she's going to be joining us. She is an entrepreneur, and according to Fox, the guru of Facebook ads. Lorell, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here. When I first started, I was doing this forever. So I graduated college and went straight into corporate doing television ads. And that was what I did for like 8 years. So my job for a living was to create and plan TV commercial campaigns for Fortune 500 companies
Mhm.
and then manage them over the course of years. So it was a really a high demand position, and it put me in a place where, I learned so much about advertising.
Perfect. And you started this straight out of college. Like, what made you decide to go into this field?
Well, I graduated from FIU in Miami,
Mhm.
Panthers, what's up? And I loved just the media side of things, So I graduated with a degree in marketing and advertising. And
Mhm.
I went to the School of Journalism, and I just had to make a decision and say, where do I want to end up? Do I want to go to an ad agency where we're putting together all of this, like cool creative thing? Or am I going to go over to the media side where I'll be more
Mhm.
in touch with the production
Mhm.
and the sales side of things? And I'm a numbers girl. I like money. And so when I saw the difference between, the
Right.
two, I said, let me try out the sales side and see what this is all about.
Got it. Perfect. And that is very interesting. And with you doing, because I know you come in touch with like a lot of different brands from like probably all walks of life.
Yeah.
What is the most funnest part of what you're doing right now?
Oh my God. Well, now what I do today,
Hmm.
it's completely different from what I was doing before. So what I do today is I train CEOs and business owners on how to use social media ads to
Hmm.
scale sales in their business. And what's really cool is just learning about all these different industries. So with my experience, I'm able to help them, but they're actually teaching me stuff too, because I'm learning about all beauty industries,
Yeah.
photography, retail, consulting, just so many different worlds, real estate. I got into real estate
Yeah.
because I was helping realtors make more money. And I was like, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Looks kind of cute. Let me see what that's about. So
Yeah.
that's probably the best and most fun part for me right now.
Got it. And what were some like when you got into the business in the beginning, fresh out of college, what were some of the expectations that you had?
Whew, well, to be honest, like it was everything I thought it would be. It was
Perfect.
very glamorous, very, like everything was very corporate and like pony show. Just it was all a show, and that's the business. I was in show business.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize though all the money that goes on behind it and how every single thing in the media is really built on business.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people from the consumer side, we look at news outlets and TMZs and entertainment,
Yeah.
and we say, oh, this is a business, but no,
Yeah.
everything is based on numbers. And so that just was a big eye opener for me. If it's not about money, they don't care, really.
Gotcha. And so with you going into Facebook ads, did you have a mentor or like how because you're really good at it. Like I literally one of my friends was like, go to her Facebook page and then I promise you like if you go anywhere else, you're not gonna be able to do anything without seeing her ads. And I literally did it and it worked. I mean, I went from Facebook to YouTube to Instagram. I'm like, dang, I'm like, it's amazing. Like, how did you become so good at it? Because I know like a lot of people struggle with this.
Thank you. I really think it was my real world experience that just
Hmm.
gave me so much practice, but using, other people's money instead of my own business. That's how I first came up for a job, for a living. My career was to do this for other companies. And I was trained in real world experiences,
Right.
because a lot of people think, oh, go to college. And, I have the degrees. I went to
Yeah.
NYU. I got certified in digital marketing,
Hmm.
but none of that compares to real world experience and doing this for companies and having that big responsibility of if we don't see revenue growth, you're not doing your job.
Right.
So I had quite a few mentors within the corporate world, but other than that, like after I left, it was more about just figuring it out, right? And applying those same strategies that I used with my
Mhm.
clients, but on smaller scale businesses. And I would say, you know, I have some mentors. I actually was coached by Danielle Leslie, not necessarily with ads,
Mhm.
but she helped me package up the skill set to be able to teach a lot
Yeah.
of people at once.
That's awesome. And with you doing like it takes training, right? You're working with all of these different brands, so it's very busy, I'm sure. How do you manage all of this and family life?
Oh my goodness. It's hard. I mean,
Yeah.
especially now more than ever with the pandemic, everyone is home 24/7. It's
Um,
crazy. I'm surprised my kids aren't busting in here now.
I
You know,
know.
but you know, we have a really good system here at home, and me and their father, we are very good with teamwork, and he holds things down while I'm working and doing things like this. But for the most part, I will say that's the beauty of what I do too. Because
Yeah.
my businesses are ran with ads, I I'm able to spend more time with the family regardless, because it doesn't it's doing a lot of the heavy work for me, if you know what
Yeah, definitely. I love that. I mean, I think it's really important because I do a lot of interviews and sometimes I talk to people and they're like, they still have not gotten it figured out. And I know like it's never going to be perfect, obviously, but it really does sound like that you have it figured out for the most part, and teamwork is amazing.
Oh,
So
we're
congratulations.
always, yeah, we're always growing and trying to
Yeah.
improve, right? So I have
Hmm.
two toddlers, so it's always chaos in this house. Like, you know, don't get it wrong. Like this always,
Yeah.
but just the fact of having this system that I'm able to
Hmm.
utilize to kind of run, you know, this machine
Yeah.
for me, it helps a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's perfect. And so, with you going on this journey, like what has been the hardest part for you so far?
Oh, I think being good to myself, and this is something just more recently that I've had to acknowledge that I am just, this is how I've always been, but I'm very hard
Hmm.
on myself. And just recently, especially with this whole COVID thing, I've decided to try to put myself first a lot more, because I'm very dedicated to my members, my students in my program, my clients,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm very passionate about what I do.
Yeah.
But sometimes I forget to put myself first. So I'm just trying to be a little kinder, because when you start seeing all this money roll in and you start seeing all this success and you're helping so many people, you just
Yeah.
naturally, it's like you want more. But you know, I have to remember why I'm doing this, and it's for my family. So I need to
Yeah.
be healthy and be here for them.
Yeah, be present. I think like this pandemic taught that to a lot of people. And I even heard like Twitter, they said like once this is over, all of their employees can pretty much work from home. Like
Yeah.
they're really valuing family time, and I think that that is like amazing. And then it's given an opportunity to a lot of students who are, you know, obviously they're not in school, but they're able to kind of like stay at home. And with, you know, so many people being on social media now and so many people being on television and broadcasting from their homes, they are able to get like an outlook of the future of, you know, what where they kind of like want to go with their lives. So with that being said,
Mhm.
if someone came up to you today and they asked you for advice, you know, how to get into uh marketing, how to pretty much build your brand, and they said like, I want to be the next Lorell Lane, like what kind of advice would you give them?
Um, I would just say really practice and perfect your skill, and do so by investing in yourself, because that was like a big pivot for me early on when I made the decision to leave corporate and do this full time for myself. I had to decide, am I going to keep trying to play around and see how it turns out, right? Like figure
Yeah.
it out, or am I going to put some skin in the game and invest in myself, in education and coaches and mentors to teach me the right way? Because to be honest, if it wasn't for my first mentor, I would probably still be looking all around trying to figure out what I can offer to somebody. What is
Yeah.
the best possible way for me to market myself? And it took an expert to be able to help me realize that it's what I already do and love every day. It's ads. You'd be surprised. When I first came out, I was trying all type of stuff. I was like, I can do your email marketing. I can help you with sales. I can do this. She was like, but don't you run ads? I was like, yeah, but that's not. She was like, no, you should. That sounds like what you're best at and what you're most passionate about. So I was like, but do people really want to know? Like, I didn't know at the time that it was so translatable transferable to social media. I had only done it here and there with huge budgets. So when I said, well, let me just try it out first, it was amazing. I mean, it was crazy. $5 or $10 a day could get you so far.
Yeah, definitely. I did read somewhere where someone was saying like testing that $5 first, before when you're putting an ad out there, just to kind of like make sure that it runs and just to kind of like see how it goes before you go and spend like this big wad of money and like get no ROI. So,
Exactly.
You have a free Facebook masterclass that you're offering online. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes. So I have this free ads workshop where I'm constantly told I should be charging for it. And I really just want to expose a lot more people. I'm trying to give some game on like, this is how you should be running ads if you are considering it, or if you're not and you just need a way to make more sales. I want you to think about how profitable you can be if you were to just try Facebook and Instagram ads and not the boosting. A lot of people think that that's what it is, and it's not. It's completely different. It's this whole back end system that the big companies use that everyday people like you and me have access to.
Right.
So I really break down 3 secrets to just generating more sales using Facebook and Instagram ads on a low budget, on very minimal time. And even if you don't have like a big following or, a lot of experience. So I offer that and people love it. And then at the end, I invite them to see what it looks like to work more with me alongside me in my program, the Social Sales Lab.
Perfect. And so in the future, where do you see yourself going with everything that you're doing so far?
Well, I really, really want to reach way more people. And the ads help me reach millions. That's not the case, but I want to be able to, I know it's a pandemic, but I want to be able to like reach out and meet people face to face. And I want to help thousands and thousands of, people just like me, maybe moms or women of color or just small business owners that are just looking to come up and find a way to get more freedom without having to chase the next sale.
I love it. And so right now, obviously it is a pandemic and nobody can touch anybody. How can someone reach you right now for advice, for training? Let us know.
Yeah, so there's a few ways, but I'm very active on Instagram, so they can all follow me at Lorell Lane, LORELLLANE. I have a lot of L's in my name. And in my bio, in my link in bio, you can actually either book a free strategy call with me one-on-one, or you can register to watch my free masterclass.
Perfect. And Lorell, we just want to thank you so much. This was so needed. I know that there's so many people out there that are looking for someone like you to help them with Facebook ads and looking to just excel in their brand, excel in their business. And I know like what you're teaching people is not something that's easy to just learn on your own. So we want to thank you for sharing this information with CEO and her and the audience. And we cannot wait for people to just, connect with you and push into, whatever it is that they are meant to do.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.